We're recording. Oh, Tuesday, the 28th. I see there are 15 of us. I'm assuming the rest of you are either looking at my screen behind me and you're not having side conversations while I'm asking for your time. Okay, I'll check later. All right, so we're gonna get started on our oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Tanked all my formatting. It's fine. We are going to get started on our final project today, which is a dream vacation plan. I have this project broken up into lots of different segments, and we'll get into that here in a second. It is a lot of things. You'll notice destinations, activities, transportation, lodging, food. There is a PowerPoint or a video presentation aspect of this, but you have until June 7th to finish this project. So it's a couple days until the 31st, and then we have the entirety of the next week. And then if you don't finish it by then, we can use some of our final periods to wrap it up. But ideally, you will be finished by June 7th because we're going to break it down into manageable chunks, like stage 1, which is research and prep. So if you guys, where's my Chrome here? If you check out your thread, the first item on the agenda is to actually post a screenshot of your Investopedia progress thus far. That's all you have to do. You don't have to write any analysis. You don't have to tell me how things went or didn't go. It's stock point 2. We'll check mine real quick. See how we're doing. When I looked at it this morning, I was up like $200. Oh, wow. I'm up even more. Okay. So this was just, again, an experience to show you how stock trading can change. You can keep using this, keep experimenting with different sort of methods of investing, but the only reason I had you guys do this was to see how much money can come and go by nature of not really doing anything besides throwing some money at a company. So you'll just take a screenshot of this. You can either use your snipping tool, or if you're on a personal MacBook, I think it's Mac specifically has an easier screenshot feature than Windows does, but Windows, just snip and sketch, take one of them, and then you can save that and upload that to your assignment. It doesn't have to show like the ownage of your stocks. I think yours might show the whole thing because I have the tinier screen. But if you can't see everything on your screenshot, you can scroll down and then open a new snip and sketch window. However many snip and sketches you open will allow you to take that many screenshots. So if I've got 2 here, I can take, hold on, let me move this off to the side. Snip and sketch, I can get the value of all the different stocks that I've bought, and then I can save these 2 images and upload those to Canvas by clicking on the little save button and then putting those into my OneDrive. Third period future ready. We'll just make a quick one for stocks, for example, Stoics, for example's sake. Click save, 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 and then we'll upload both of those to Canvas. I know you guys know how to take a screenshot, but I just wanted to show you so you have an example of how I do it in case you're ever curious in the future. So the final project, you guys are creating a dream vacation plan. This is a skill that as an adult, I have quickly found out that not everyone is aware of how many steps go into planning a vacation. This is me being a little bit annoyed with my friends in the past coming out right now. But now you'll have the opportunity to think about how you want to get everything sort of in a row. It does not have to be planned out to the exact minute of every day, but when you're in a different destination, it never hurts to have a plan. All right. So you're going to be creating a comprehensive vacation plan with at least one destination, a handful of activities, plan for how you're going to get around, how you're going to get there, how you're going to get to the destination, and then how you're going to get around at the destination, where you're going to stay, what you're going to eat, and you're going to have a PowerPoint summing all these different types of things up. Once you have created your culminating comprehensive vacation plan, you guys are kind of imagining you are travel agents at this point, we will have a little vacation fair, which is after the June 7th deadline. So you have plenty of time to finish this up, as well as plenty of opportunities to chat with me about different things. But we'll have a vacation fair. Well, you guys will get to vote on which vacation you would actually want to take based on the information presented, like a travel agent would, and you can vote on which one sounds the best. But for today, I have 2 assignments here, Project Veka Point 1 and Veka Point 2. We'll go over Veka Point 1 first, which should be unlocked for your guys' class. It is due at midnight tonight, so you'll have plenty of time to finish it up before the deadline of June 7th. So for Vega point 1, you're posting a list of 5 destinations, 5 total, you do need 5, that you want to plan your vacation around. And you answer each of these 3 questions with those 5 destinations. All right. At least one of your destinations must be outside of Washington State. They can be to Oregon or Idaho. They can be as far as like China or Russia, right? They can be any direction as long as it's not outside of, or as long as it is outside of Washington State. One of your 5, at least one of your 5, got to be outside of the state. You answer these 3 questions for each of your destinations. So if I was doing the Oregon coast, for example, I would say what draws me to the Oregon coast. I would say why this destination of the Oregon coast is important to me. And then it asks, what is the Oregon Coast TripAdvisor score? I will do Seaside specifically because I can't just do the whole Oregon coast. Go Seaside, Oregon, TripAdvisor, all one word. And we'll check this out and see what it's got for ratings around here. Doesn't have one flat out direct rating, but it does have lots of 5-star things that I could do. So let's just include a couple of 5-star things that you want to have on your, I'm trying to think, on your submission. All right. So it's worth 2 points per destination. 10 of your points come from your 5 destinations. And then the other 15 come from answering, if I did my math right, I don't think I did. So each destination with 3 questions is worth 5 points. 5 times 5 equals 25. And we'll narrow this down to 1 destination by the end of the period. So pretty self-explanatory. I'll be able to answer your questions as I walk around after I finish showing off what we've got going on here. Sorry, I just got an email. After you finish Vega point 1, you'll move on to Vega point 2, which is doing a little bit more research. This one's a little bit more involved. I want you guys to create a list of activities. That's the whole point that we take vacations for the most part. And relaxing is technically an activity. So you can do like, you know, it doesn't have to be, again, like I said, planned out to the day, but this is your vacation. You get to choose what you're doing. But in the list of activities for your chosen vacation destination, I want you guys to find 1 to 3 activities for each of these categories. So you should have at least 5, at most 15 when you're turning this in. So one of the categories is live music or entertainment. Entertainment being like plays, shows, concerts, magicians, circuses, right? That's all live entertainment. Something interactive like an arcade, an escape room, some kind of VR experience, dinner and a show, perhaps. That could go in a live music as well. Theme parks, all things that you can interact with that have a sort of theme to them. You're also going to be looking for some fancy restaurants or fancy dining. Hi, good morning. They can be public parks, they can be state parks, they can be boardwalks, different types of like street fairs. If you're going to New Orleans, I know they have a lot of, if you're going during Mardi Gras, that's a big one that kind of fits into this category, right? Public parks, state parks, different types of nature that you can visit. And then finally, different types of arts. These are going to be museums or galleries, any type of local performances, any type of local workshops, events for your area, whatever, all right? So you need to come up with 1 to 3 of each of these categories. So 1 to 3 fancy restaurants, 1 to 3 different galleries, 1 to 3 different live shows that are in your single destination of choice. So do Vega point 1 first, so you can narrow it down to which destination sounds best, and then move on to Vega point 2. Megan said so far? Assuming yes. Last thing I'll show you is there is an attached cost tracking worksheet. This cost tracking sheet right here. It's a PowerPoint, or not a PowerPoint, a Word doc similar to call point 1, 2, and 3, where I've got a little example here of what I'm looking for. This is something you'll turn in at the end of your project. You do not have to turn this one in today. Okay. So this is just listing some examples of different activities that are interesting. This is kind of like a guided note-taking sheet. So you can refer back to this later on, almost like a works cited for your whole project, listing different activities, how much they cost, and where you found out that information. So this is kind of a hard assignment to recommend direct steps for each of these things, but I did include some activities like the Mopop Museum in Seattle, which is in the arts category, which costs $26 to $35 per person. That's all I'm really looking for in your notes that you're taking here. I found that information from this link right here. I just Googled Mopop tickets and I picked a time. Let's go this Friday, for example. And that's going to give me, once you pick a time slot, we'll go the earliest. That's going to give you a breakdown of the prices for however many people are included in your vacation plan. It could be just you. You could be traveling with some young cousins or nieces or nephews. Maybe you guys are students. In fact, you guys are students with ID. So you'll save $3 at the Mopop. Maybe your grandparents are coming, all 5 of them. So that will give you a total of how much each ticket costs. You do not have to tell me the final cart total, but it does help to kind of have an idea of where I found that information. And then this second one was a food destination, food and dining, a place called May, which looks cool up in BC. This is their Foursquare. Again, I just kind of found this by Googling around May reviews, May prices, stuff like that. But in the same situation for food, it's hard to tell how much exactly something is going to cost because you're going to order a bunch of different types of things. So what I did for that is I just pulled the Google Maps link, I guess, and then I just copied the amount of $ for this restaurant so that I had an idea of how much it could cost, ranging from the single all the way up to quad, I think is the max. So on this sheet, this is not really, you use this however it works best for you. I'm just looking for the name, the price, and about where you found that information so we can treat it sort of like a works cited throughout this project. Make sense? What we're getting started with? Okay. Your goals for today, 528, are to finish VECA point 1 and 2, do them in that order, and then start exploring around, thinking about how you want to, before we move on to the next stages, how you want to put it into a PowerPoint. It's a very planning heavy, research heavy kind of day today. But these are your 2 assignments. Finish those by the end of the period and you will be in a good spot. Any questions? We doing good? Okay, good luck. I'll process this and then the rest of this time is yours. You guys have about, I think, an hour, right? Yeah, you got an hour to finish up 2 assignments, which you can definitely do. Thanks, guys.